speaking from Bharat, India on this day, March 12, 2021, Friday. Great to see you, and it's my privilege to conduct talk to you regarding our issues, pertinent profession and pertinent general life. Issues are very important, provided these are given importance. If we neglect them, we neglect ourselves, we neglect world, we neglect society, and we are responsible for spoiling natural products which are having objective for our survival, for our doing whatever we have to do. Title being on this day, civil field engineering, designs, construction methods, contracts, acts, AnnexSL, organizations, communications, coordination, quantity, quality, and quality. Why quality only? That's a big question mark. Why quality only? Quality is a must. I should say it is a must. It must be a must. And if we say no, it's not must, then we deceive ourselves, we deceive our soul, we deceive our mind, we deceive our system and education. Education means academics plus practical or experience based education or learning, which is reliable one, and mother of all educations is by learning, not just by academics. Academics gives me a track to move on, while that track has a vehicle which takes me to get me experience. You may feel always I stress on same subject. Yes, I do, because it is required. If had it not been required, I would not have been stuck to that. But it's required. I have seen difference during my phases of career, difference in achieving quality standards. You can understand it whatever way, but I understand it very, very straight away that we have to achieve quality. If we don't achieve quality, I cannot forgive me, at least. I cannot forgive myself. If I fail to achieve quality, and to achieve quality, I may have to struggle. I may have to be aggressive. I may have to be annoyed. I may have to annoy others. I may have to quarrel with others. I may have to do whatever is required to be done to achieve this solistical standard, that is quality. I am calling it solistical because quality is soul of every product. We have soul, all individuals have soul, and soul rules us. All souls rule us. If somebody says, I least bother about this, I least bother about that. Yes, you least bother about this, you least about that. But also apply to your body, to your health. When you are sick, don't go to doctor, right? Because you don't bother about that. But you will be the first person to go to the doctor in that case, I know. I say, I don't bother about that. Don't bother and don't do that. What I am saying is, there is a difference in making a statement and doing something or responding to something. Some specific question may come and we may not respond. Quality is part and parcel of life. We should accept that fact. Maybe we are very well educated people. We know quality has to come. Despite being a highly educated and trying everywhere, or just to keep in mind that we have to achieve this, yet it's not being done. We have to find out reasons for that. We have to search for why it's that. Means almost everything we have to do is defined. Codes are there, specifications are there, procedures are there. Even after having all these supports, why have been unable? Why have been unable to achieve that exclusive target? It's not in one field. You can search all fields except few, and you will find same state of quality in every field. I just was reading one news yesterday from UK that United Kingdom is going to enact one law that all products must have life of 10 years minimum, particularly fridges, televisions and all gadgets, which till now I think were not more than 5 years, 3 years or 4 years, 2 years. They opened their eyes and now these products must be minimum 10 years, and you have to give spare parts while you deliver these products. And not only spare parts, but also methods, written methods how to repair these products in case user finds some problem, because they say we don't want unnecessary wastage. It's said that repair charges were higher than cost of article. So what they used to do, who should pay for repair charges? Let this product be discarded and buy new one. That philosophy, that conception exists all over there, not only in UK but everywhere. And result is that now it's too late, though they realize that pollution is beyond our control. So only way is reduce percentage pollution. Means say life was 5 years before, 4 years or 3 years. Now it must be extended to 10 years. It's not only in UK, it's all over Europe. Means you have to completely use such materials, such parts in your assemblies or in your circuits of your project or your articles or goods, that they should survive longer than what it was before, and there must be mandate on repair. If something goes off or goes out of order, some spare part doesn't work, you have to replace that, and replacing method must be known to user, or it will be given to repair engineer or repair technician, for sure within affordable cost. Why does this happen? I think this is only way of falling quality. This only led to falling quality. This product has to survive only for 5 years, and after that you may buy new one. I still remember when I took my HP desktop to one service center of HP in Faridabad, and they asked me how old it is. I told them, said, no, sorry, we can't repair a product older than 5 years. So what sort of business it is, I can't understand. That service center did not accept that, and I had to go to private or some other service center, this unauthorized service center, got that repaired and still working. Means there was a tendency, had been tendency that don't accept repairs and let it be thrown away, and we buy more so the business moves on. They sell more product and they get more money. So I was means you throw it away, discard this, no problem. We'll buy another one so that you enjoy good product, fresh product, and we enjoy money. And quality exists in the sky or beneath ocean. No quality. Why should you worry about quality when there is a quantity and fresh? Enjoy that, you have enough money, you are rich ways, you can spend, you can afford. Maybe commercial factor came up, economical factor came above and no. Because I've been riding all over. That commercial factor been riding all over. And that could, lead to worsening quality state gradually. And today it acts as if sometimes I find no quality, No quality means no performing quality, only attraction, only deception by finishes, barrier finishes. Just like so you see building here, what a beautiful finish it is, what a beautiful architecture in this, and we feel place, oh, very good building. Until we know what is fact behind that, we can't comment. People don't know this. Oh, what attraction it desires, what attraction this car has got, what attraction this truck has got. Oh, see, beautiful road. What a paving of this road. And maybe 5 couple of days sunk somewhere, caved in somewhere. You know, all all happen, all happen because of ignorance of quality. See, quality reading is one thing. You learn quality, you read quality, study this, read about quantity, read about methods, read about technology, read about things. That's one part of study. Other part is experience, application. Experience is nothing but applications. A combination, a group of applications you do in your life and learn from that. Quality factor cannot be discarded. Fact is that. Yes, we have worn one curtain on our eyes, and that curtain does not allow to let quality come into the eyes and mind. And we forget to gadget them, we know it's quality, we know that. The system, the organizations certify your work and your certifications, and you think that that's your certification enough. You can show to someone, see, we have certification. But certification doesn't mean that you are a quality person. That is just a certification of a couple of years, you follow some guidelines and that's it. You are not going to achieve quality by that. And that certificate doesn't mandate, doesn't take the responsibility that your company, organization produce quality product. Yes, it's performance. You say, okay, it doesn't not come back and we'll repair it. Repair is first priority rather than maintenance of product, rather than guaranteeing that product works for so many years. Or when its lifestyle 5 years, how you expect it for 3 or 4 years without any failure? So this means calculations mandate that quality exists only very few percentages in terms of life. Maybe a product goes for 6 months, then breaks, and they call them and they prepare, and it goes on and on and on like that. We have to think on. We have to. If we don't think on, there's no one to think in my place or in your place. Thinking and doing is required. Thinking, you can say thinking means plan. Plan. You have to plan something. And plan is based on conception, is based on formula, is based on, a kind of imagination in your mind. Plan is a part of thinking, and thinking is a part of plan. Both are products to each other. You think some thinking, you take some time, then after that you get some response from your own mind. So thinking results into something when you do it. Plan, do, check and amend or repair, or whatever you can say, improve. You have to plan, you have to do, you have to check, PDCA and act. PDCA, plan, do, check and act. This is basics of quality. Whatever you do, you have to plan. Plan doesn't mean drawing, no. Plan means how do you want to act. A time and activity based record, proposal. In this time I'm going to do this, in this time I'm going to do this one, and this time is for this and this time for that. Events are activity based, kind of, you can say, kind of chart that will help you, and you want to use a chart for quality and for product. Every day I can't define quality, but when I speak, when I think, it comes to mind. Quality of life, and quality of life means quality of all products. Even if you say quality of individuals, these days I'll say quality and character must be linked together. Quality can't be isolated because previously in past, long past back now, we used to say character of a person. Now character is gone. They say character because now people don't have character. Character means Character means one should be sincere, one should be honest, one should be reliable, one should not lie, one should not cheat, one should do for nation, for work. That tendency has gone. You can say not only majority, approximately more than 95% people, or you may say 98% people, I can say around ourselves, world, they all have one objective, and that objective is how to make money, how to get more money. That objective is left. For everything, money is important. Even you can say quality of health in our country. This is not only our country, but I think all countries all over. But take example of our country, Bharat India, which is a country of massive people, massive population that cannot afford even food for all times or shelter. And during health, they face extreme problems. Then where's quality of life? If quality of life is only meant for a few percent of people, well, I think this is against humanity. Against humanity, you can say it is you can say illegal in terms of humanity. Quality of life, that's health at least. Okay, you are not able to give them food at least, but keep them healthy. That's part. There's nothing as such, no plan as such. I can simply say there's no quality issue. People don't bother about all. They bother only about those who can afford their medicines, afford their treatments. For example, in our country, higher middle classes and all those, they are not. But I don't count them in real society because they're all imaginary, hypothetical people who think only for themselves, for their own life. They don't think for all others, and you can see they are not, in fact, full human being. They are surviving selfishly. Though surviving selfishly, I cannot call their life quality life. Only like animals they have been living, because animals think only for themselves, not for others, or for their groups only, not for other groups. That's why I say quality applies everywhere. If it applies everywhere, we have to think into this issue. We have to take ourselves into this issue. We have to involve people in this issue, and this can only be done by resorting to some interest. If we don't have any interest, there can be no improvement in quality, and if there is no improvement in quality, means you may say there are so many imported products. We say, oh, I don't give quality to this, I don't guarantee this, because this is from this country, this is from that country. That shouldn't happen. It is a system existing everywhere. Either system is useless, or we are useless, or material is useless, or product is useless, or which is useless. We have to find ourselves. The middle guide is where analyze ourselves. Analysis is not guided by someone. Analysis is a part of God, Almighty's mind is given us, and we have to use this mind to have certain answer from our mind self. Because when you concentrate for a couple of minutes, then you can say we are thinking deep, depth, and we know what we are doing. So when you analyze something, conduct analysis of something, you find so many issues there. And that's what square means. It's not necessarily read books, but you can think of, oh, this is happening here. What can be the reason behind that? You have to think of that. And if you are same field, it's very easy for you to just reach certain conclusion. This could be reason. It's maybe based on calculation, logic, and that will work. So we have to take into consideration all these factors. Means quality relates to whom? Quality relates to everybody, everyone, and well, quality should be in terms of performance, in terms of durability, in terms of serviceability, and in terms of, you can say, what I should say, safety. Quality applies everywhere, and if you don't apply, means you miss something. And it's not necessary that you must define something on writing. It should be understood. It should be understood. We have to live which way. That's just for services. Service. You understand what you're doing. You're doing service to someone, and you don't worry about satisfaction. You worry about real service. Means What these days, once you get service from somewhere, immediately after doing service survey or something, you'll get a message, please advise us to help us. Means this is a trend. Means immediately you get a questionnaire on some computer or internet website. And please tell us, please help us to help ourselves. I don't know the reason for we have comes just for half an hour repairs or scores, but what we are to suggest means you should find out ways yourself. There's no meaning at all time to respond. But this is trend. Everybody wants to see we are doing customer satisfaction. Why do you want to show that? There's satisfaction is really known. And what happens because people don't want to spoil relations, they just respond and say, okay, fine, good, very good, and all that. But that means a formality. When I say quality is something in construction engineering, civil engineering, it's a big job, it's a big gun. If I can't produce quality, I'm not an engineer in that case. I can simply say I must not be called engineer if I have capability to produce quality, to deliver quality. Deliver it, deliver it, deliver and deliver. As I say, if I cannot deliver quality, my product doesn't mean product, it means scrap. Well, who shall accept this question is that if an engineer like me talks like that, nobody shall employ me. I know that very well, because when you give commercial angle, in money angle, only how much return and in which shortest time you're going to get. In shortest time you're going to get results, money, and you feel happy at that point, say I'm getting money, but you are not concerned about what you are contributing. That's the only difference. So quality you see from one angle, from other aspect, from third aspect, second, fourth, fifth aspect, you'll find so many things. As I say, when you think and think, your thinking power enhances. Indeed, your thinking power enhances because you do good practice on that. The question here is not good practice. Question is how should we reach that good habit which we do not have ourselves. We do not find that impossible. Can't impose something on someone. There is no way. Quality cannot come by imposition. Quality comes because of academics. No, it doesn't come from academics. Guidelines may come from economics, but when you say no, we are studying that time, if you get some information about product, fine, it's okay. But that time you may not even understand what's being taught of, because you are only student, you're not a practical person. Practical person experienced field based on qualification. That person can do a lot, and that too if that person takes interest. If that person says, I'm easy going, easy to do business, this and that, then if you are easy on business, you're not interested, your destiny, never quality, but money. Money because you may be having secret contracts with vendors. If percentage of that earnings, those incomes to be declared to IT. But if you declare, keep that there, you'll find something. So quality, I mean to say is quality applies, it exists everywhere. If you want to know it and measure it, you can measure it. But it requires some degree of care. If you care on that safety, you will find no accidents on sites. So quality is something like that. If I am good to someone, question is very, very easy how to handle quality. Quality is not unknown, it is known. It has been in existence for long. The name was different, but it existed. And what's the name? If we can improve our all products, all parts machine that will deliver. There are so many systems attached to one system of production. So we can say, we can support ourselves. It's a very important point. We cannot simply ignore it. Ignorance means ignoring to ourselves, ignoring to our own. That's not right way. I can simply say that. I can simply say that that's not right way. We have to, we have to, you know, no other way. It's so simple, you can say. I can only say nothing more than that. We'll talk of quality in many, you know, considerations, because quality is such. Defining quality is not my purpose. You can all define your way. There is no bar. You can define with your own mind what do you think of quality, and what I define myself, what I think of quality. You may define whatever way, with whatever reference. Ultimately, you reach only that one where you are called yourself in different patterns. We have certain plans and method statements, of course, which I will share with you later. I'm just trying to show something only for reference, only nothing else. And that reference is, you know, that reference is only for think based. You know, people say think tank. I'm not calling myself think tank. I'm just calling little profile thinker. Very low level profile thinker. I am not exclusively, you can say, top standard. No, I'm not. I am very small person. Even then, I think to deal with quality or some with that. I can't stand well. I can't walk well. I can't perform well. So what is left with me? When the question of quality comes into life, we have to open our eyes, open our minds, open everything, or else we shall get nothing. These plans which I am trying to show you are very different. These are like, you know, certain group housings concept. You can say these are like some ideological, which is very difficult to understand. I would like to talk on certain specifications which you know I had before shared with you. Those specifications are very significant. It was about excavations, or it was about, you can say, in the same file, excavation, also hand excavation, formation of blinding, concrete production, foundation footing, stop columns, you know, stop columns. Then you can say backfill works, grade slab, then columns, walls, all RCC. Well, lift well, this is. Then stairs, suspended slab. Like that, there are so many. I cannot show all. Let's go ourselves and find, how do slabs I did. Sloping portion. What's the difference in sloping portion of slab is only that, for example, you cast slab flat, or you cast at the angle of say 15 degrees to 30 degrees, where maybe one time comes if you increase slope, you can't do concreting based on one site format, because that will overlift at the time, and better is come out of the building immediately, because without nobody knows till now backs thorough knowledge of you can say construction materials like well, now what I say is suspended slab is easy to cast because it's flat, but when you say slope portion is there. When you say you cast some slab portions, inclined one, can you cast it easily to some what angle you can cast? You experience that one. I say if it exceeds 30 to 40 degrees, 45 degrees above, you have to hold concrete materials. It's here on my processor. Which came out research work, but when you say I have to place shutter if it's more than 45 degrees or 40 degrees or 35 degrees, it's best way to on that portion which is beyond. Okay, then in that case of more inclination, what do? We say that we cannot control this concrete, we cannot vibrate properly if we do not cover it. So we have to do both shutters, down, that's slab, soffit, and upper, that is, you can see beams, upper beams, and if required, above more columns, or you can extend same steel upwards. Let me see, 2 or 3. So where quality lies in that. You have to think of where issues is that. And then you have to now think and plan it and do it. That's you can say it should go. This is an example of quality. It's not confirmed. It's not 90 ways hours. You can say in certain cases it is easy to it is easy to blow up mind, do work easily, but in cases when you cover inclined portion of slab with form work on top so that curve remains formed when hardened, the slab remains smooth, but point comes in. There is no way you can pour in because it is covered. how to pour in that case. So common sense reveals that you have to cut some pockets in for concrete to go in, either using crane or using whatever else equipment, and put some accesses into that concrete later after concrete was spoken and soil. So that's what you say. How to pour in, you have to think how to pour in, that concrete remains stable, reach every corner of that. This was called quality based thinking. You say thinking, critical thinking, all thinking. Thinking is a result of engineering, and I think when we say civil engineering, it means a lot. When we say construction, it means a lot. We have to think this way. It's not simply because I am saying. We talked of compressor foundation, heavy foundation, that is to be done in very stepping way. And I had word with you on that PDF file, which actually is Excel file converted to PDF, and that has told about foundations, how you can do in layers and fix before doing everything. How many layers would come, and do you have space to dispose of that? Agriculture is not very much dangerous because it contains a lot of vitamin T, but this would only for research purpose, not for something else. This depth, or you can say heavy objects, heavy foundations, heavy works are in fact very, very significant activity because it involves many, many 100-meter cubes of concrete, probably in one base which has to be sited on another existing base. So question is of program, question is of, you can say, protest, question what protesters demand, and we have to be serious about that. It doesn't mean that if we ignore some issue, we will never solve it. It is only engineers who are opening eyes, who are existing in this world, remote located from home. That's way it's something reliable. Layers, when I say layers, you have to cast in layers. In steps to, of course, a fixing width of some membrane, not membrane here, member. When we open some temple, this temple, You know, we talk off a lot, speak a lot. We never try to write what do we think is right, and we just start saying, okay, I do it, I have done it, you are doing it, so fine, we'll look into that. And same type of errors are caused to trouble, their trains. Useless time. And people start weaving aesthetically, not structurally. That point we to understand. Important aspects in consideration is that concrete should be uniform, which is practically not possible because of mix. Okay, it should be done same time. That's important, which means we don't need cold joints. We should do in as much as possible in one horizontal line. With vertical members, we can't say that. We have to find out methods that can help, and then we can say that these layers indicate that they are based on cold joints, and I had shared that method with you last year also. I'll show you a sketch of that method possibly. It is, plan of some. This is mass block concrete. I shared with you yesterday. Means I'm just trying to show where this is a section of that foundation, and you can see these rows and columns in this chart, and quantity in each column is indicated, and it is in one layer, means not one that's one layer in each. One layer means 50 layers in this. 50 layers in this, you can say 10 columns means in each layer 5 layers, each column 5 layers, and sequence is given so that if you follow that way, in that case you will avoid cold joints, as well as matter shall be substance, metals shall be mixed together, start having initial sitting time as late as possible, and of course the whole mass of concrete held. But these layers, which is 9.6 cubic meter each, is quite considerable. You can say this is 9 cubic meter, even 6 cubic meter. I think we have substandard or other kinds of coaches that talking in uncertain way. We say that will be done, No, cannot say that. You have to experience that, you have learned that, but impossible. We are not interested in talking something else, are interested in just saying how to quality this. You can see this numbering of 50 layers, the north on same line as well as north on same line. Layers are concept. We have to decide ourselves, keeping in view. Even by observation on site, we can say it takes so much time. One layer approximates same layers of same size, right? Drill that we can decide based on practical application also. Even if say your plan is not ready, we can chart out selection for scholar is first layer. Input site. This is obvious. We can say this type of laying concrete layers constitute quality issue, and this can maintain our members without cold joints.